Hi everybody, thanks for tuning in to Concrete with the Hosses. You're about to see the completion of this patio project. Please watch every second of it. No fast forwarding. Watch the entire commercials. Let's get the view time up. Every dime that Concrete with the Hosses generates of this video, we are donating to the fund of Master Sergeant John. I don't know if I want to say your last name on the air.
That's okay.
Master Sergeant John, to the fund of his choice. He's being deployed shortly, and we wanted to get this project done for him before he goes. So, John?
So we looked up a couple different foundations, and we have chose the Fisher House Foundation as the group we would like to donate to. This foundation helps to build homes for wounded warriors and their families that are receiving care, and they seem like a good outfit that can use some of our assistance.
Nice. I like it.
So, thank you. Appreciate it, Tom.
Thanks for the work. Hey, good morning, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to Concrete with the Hosses. Happy Veterans Day to everybody. Hope you're having a good, safe day, enjoying yourselves. For everybody who served this country,
Happy Veterans Day.
There you go.
It is Veterans Day.
We are actually working for a serviceman, so happy to be doing that. And we found out he's being deployed in about 3 weeks. So this project was scheduled for springtime. We were a little ahead of schedule, so we pulled them up and wanted to get this done for him before he deployed. So just one of those things. So here we are. The truck's out front mixing right now. Whoops. Just a couple final things. Matt's attaching the liner. Matt and Jim are attaching the rest of the liner. And all the rebar are in place. Now we can't use chairs here. Buggies have to bring it in and run over it, so we have to just pick it up as we go. We did this yesterday. Nice broken stone face. I'm talking fast. The mixer's out there mixing up. We have this big concrete wall that you'll see from outside. So we lined it with our step liners. Steve did that in one of his jobs about a month ago. It turned out pretty cool. So we did the same application here. So we're going to match up to our stamp we did yesterday. And in our previous video, I had mentioned how we ended with all yellow patterns right there. So same thing, we'll start with all yellow overlapping so our joints run continuous. So here it is. I'll get the camera set up and get concrete heading this way. Hope you enjoy it. The concrete's coming in. First 2, 3, 4 buggies. We'll just go right across here and down this edge. We'll lose that stuff on the bottom, and that'll help us get the wire and rebar up since we cannot use chairs. But in the first couple buggies of concrete, the color could just be a little bit different, so we just want to keep that on the bottom. Not a big deal, but when we can do that, we like to. So we had this piece of plastic pre-cut, ready to go. Once we got enough concrete in there, we went ahead and pinned that out. And here comes Steve with the last half buggy of concrete. 14 yards. We probably used 13 of it. Right in the center. Leap. That should be good. put new splash guards on the buggies yesterday. I think they were $5 at Home Depot, those carpets, and I just zip tie them to a bar that I attached to the front of the buggy. Since I made those, I see you can buy them now. I'm not sure what they cost, but I'm sure mine are cheaper. All right, let's get this finished up. Okay, everything went pretty smooth. Wish it was a little bit faster, but it's a long drive with those two power buggies all the way down to the street up this hillside. Nice and cool out, shouldn't be a problem. Right up that drain, looks like we have good slope right to that wall drain. Last little bit of bull floating. Looks good. So we said earlier, you know, happy Veterans Day. If you're a veteran, and we're on the honor system here because there's no way we could possibly check up on you. If you're a veteran watching these videos, go ahead and send your best military phrase, whatever it is. And it's not the first to reply, so take your time and put some thought into it. Give us a good one, and we're gonna let the homeowner pick the winner, and we'll give it 2 days of replies, 48 hours after this video goes. We'll send over all the replies, and this homeowner, because he's a serviceman getting deployed, he's gonna pick the winner, and we'll send you out a t-shirt. How's that? This is pretty soft yet. We're gonna go ahead and put these steps together. I got them all laid out yesterday. So we'll screw the risers in, build this side, should have it built shortly. So they're just leveling the risers, going across, squaring them. And on a curved set of steps, you do a combination of a quick square as well as look at them. Just make them look like they're flowing around the bend. Yeah. Right there. So as we come around this bend, this side will open up. Nice and wide, nice and inviting. So that's going to be a nice look. Winding right up there. So I'm going to go up and check on the concrete. These guys will finalize this, and we'll get this concrete coming shortly. The concrete's starting to set up a little bit. Still pretty soft. That's how you want to run the curb edger in. And this just follows our form. And all I need is that line. I'll show you how I did that. This is an old wood shop trick. When you need to draw a line on a piece of lumber, you put your pencil on the edge of the board and run it down there. So my edger touches here, so I just grip it underneath there, hold it my distance away. Just use my finger as a guide. Mr. Sutter would be proud. So border is cut in, and obviously we'll clean that up. Okay, getting the stamps in place. It's a little bit soft, no tamping yet, just toe it in. Okay, we're going good. We're about halfway done dealing with the leaves. Concrete's nice and soft though. It's stamping really good. I'm down to about 5% battery. So Steve's just cutting into the wall, cleaning that up. That looks real nice. Matt's doing the same on the border. How the steps looking? About ready for us? Okay, I'm gonna get that called in. So the guys got these all ready to go. Rebar in place. We're pretty solid ground. Two 1/2-inch rebar is really all we need. We have our conduit underneath here for some future lighting behind this wall. It's buried in stone. It's right here. The guys are just working their way off the wall. Just protects that border again. Okay. So tomorrow we'll give this some saw cuts. We'll give it some Kalina tan antiquing. But notice how we started with all the same pattern and all of our joints lined up. So when we color and highlight all this, it'll look real nice. Cut into the wall. Good, good, good. I want to get a close-up of this. You can't swing your end odd, huh? That pipe. Does that help you at all? Let me get this out of your way. Oh yeah. Well, we're up tight to this form. He can keep going out. What if I pick up on this end and come up high?
Up on this end?
Yeah. Now take it out. I gotta put this down. I need to.
That'll work. One of them. You want to slide the bottom down the mat? Yep.
Okay, well, camera's on. Everything's okay. Here, Jim, right here. And we're free. Same way, sliding ahead. Go ahead down and help Matt.
You have a drill down there, Matt?
This is Phillips. I think you need Star. Okay, that's what we're looking at. Now they'll landscape up to about 8 inches down and then roll it down to the wall. So they'll see all that. Touch up our seams. We ran our downspot out. Tom cut that around there real nice. Look at that. It lines up real good. Good. Okay, mixer just showed up. We put our color in. Coming up the hill. This is why we use these buggies. They can turn 180 degrees. We always try and spray these step liners with our liquid release to keep the concrete from sticking to them. I think it does help. Okay, here we go. Pulling the excess down, got about a half a step right there. Final buggy, straight in. Give us 1 minute. Floating off that last step. Try and hit them pretty close. Don't want to have to deal with a big pile of concrete right here. Okay, cleanup time. A little bit of cleanup. Now that we're all done carrying gravel and hauling dirt out and hauling concrete in, we can get that all cleaned up. Doesn't take too long. Okay, so Matt and Jim just went down and put our control cuts in. They split this in half and gave us a little step cut up here. Then I believe they cut at the bottom of each step just to give us some good relief there. And then me and Stan went down and rolled the sides where the step liner stopped. Don't really know why we do that, because whenever we pull all these, we end up taking a hammer and chipping the top back, kind of roughing up the side just to help with the landscaping. But oh well. So now we just have to give it a few minutes, let it tighten up, and then we can cut under the step risers with the trowel. So you cut under the step, take your joiner, and just reopen that joint. And with the way these steps are moving, they're pretty much ready to rub. Now you just want to keep your float nice and flat, minimal rubbage, scraping any concrete off from the top of the step liner.
Now after we pull the riser and the liner, we'll hit right there with a float trowel, reopen that joint again, just to help clean everything up with the most texture we can. So now that we have all the step faces pulled, we went along, textured the sides, then textured all the tops. So the tops and the step faces are done. Everything's textured, looking really good. We're about to start pulling pins so that we can get our sides off and expose the side liners, pull those off, clean them up. Then we'll wash everything off, get loaded, and head off to the next one. All right, everybody, there it is. Another big set of steps. Broken stone face that's hard to see because of the shade line. Tops are all nice and rolled. We have the side liners pulled with the sides cut back a little bit more. Basically what we do is we just chip at it with a hammer, kind of pat it in with our gloves, just to kind of give it that rough textured look. So we're going to go ahead and get everything cleaned up here. Stan's down there on the power washer, cleaning off the forms and the step liners, and then we'll power wash the driveway real quick again. And then tomorrow we're going to come back, saw cut the patio, clean it off real good, get it colored, and hopefully get it resealed before the weekend. I know they're calling for rain and snow. That turned out nice.
I just ran back over to help Steven, even though he doesn't need it. Getting a coat of sealer on this patio. He does need help picking leaves off. They're falling like snowflakes. You can see what the sealer does. It just pops that color right out. Back up here on our seam. Now with the sealer, you can really see how all of the mortar joints line up. You know, and you have to have seams in there, saw cuts, tool cuts, whatever. So tomorrow, we're going to throw a saw cut right down the middle, and then right off of that corner, and then probably one off of this corner as well. We poured it kind of thick, lots of reinforcement, so we can keep those pads not big, but we don't have to cut them up too bad. We'll probably do one, like I said, corner. Yeah, definitely do one center here, right up to maybe the corner of the door. So we're going to go ahead and put the traction grip in the sealer and get these steps sealed. Okay, fresh batch of sealer. Nice light coat heading right down the steps. Sealer, no sealer. I can't get too close with the wet sealer. One thing I did want to point out was day one we poured the upper pad in this section, and then the next day, which was about 2 days ago, we poured, or maybe that was yesterday. It was yesterday. We poured this. And look at the color match we have. It's almost a perfect match. It is a perfect match between loads. We just use the same recipe, pounds of color per yards of cement. So if you stick to that, chances are you work out pretty good. As always, thanks for tuning in to Concrete with the Hosses. Real excited about this project. Let's hit 1 million views and do something kind of neat here. So thanks again, everybody. See you tomorrow.